Happy Friday, Lakeshore family. During our staff meeting on Monday, Chris jokingly pointed out that things at church are about to get busy because it's the busy season in church life. And as a children's minister, I'm still waiting for the busy season to be done. Um, but while we were laughing about it and about how this is a busy time of year, in all seriousness, it really is. Christmas, um, right after Thanksgiving, which is right after Halloween. Uh, I think in everybody's life, we let busyness consume us. We rush from one to do to another, one place to another, one event to another, one meeting to another, one day, 1 hour to another without ever really soaking in each moment and looking for opportunities and praising the Creator in these moments. We get bogged down with the to do that we sometimes miss the what is. And one thing that I've learned in this busyness is that our priorities matter. So let me read for you Luke 10, verses 38 to 42. It's a story of Mary and Martha. It's one of my favorites. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said, but Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." This lesson is probably not unfamiliar to you. Martha, who clearly has the gift of hospitality, is distracted and focused on the preparation for Jesus and the disciples, and she becomes angry that her sister, um, who is clearly more interested in Jesus, she's angry that her sister is doing nothing. Um, what's interesting here is that Martha tries to tell Jesus how to respond to Mary's unhelpfulness, but instead Jesus replied to her demand of telling Mary to help her in a calm and loving rebuke. The most important part of this message is verse 41 and 42. Jesus tells her that she doesn't have to worry about everything. She only needs him. And I think that's a reminder I think that we all need. We let the busyness of our life, much like Martha's, get in the way of spending time with the Lord, really soaking in his word, his love, and having him intercede on our behalf. We even let the busyness of life distract us from discipleship as we're going. Um, miss moments of having compassion on somebody, sharing love with someone. We miss moments of discipleship because we get overwhelmed by the desire to hurry and get done with, and then you fill in the blank. I want to challenge you this week to kind of slow down and spend time with your Creator. We've talked about our mission and our vision and our strategy. Think about how our first response to being on mission for Him is to love God. He desires worship and then work in that order. As we soak in His presence and the presence of the Holy Spirit, we meditate on His holy word, our hearts begin to become in tune with His. Our to-do list becomes an act of service and an overflow of His love within us, and not just a chore. Our to-do becomes a testimony of His power in our lives, not just an item on the checklist. Only after loving God can we truly invest in our community, fill the needs, and expand the kingdom. I want to encourage you as you are going to look for those moments where we can show God's compassion and love. Look for those moments that can be made into a discipleship moment. But first, like Mary, sit at the feet of the Father and listen to what He says. And we love you, and we're glad to see you, and we will be looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.